Well, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Wolverhampton Wanderers is taking on Arsenal, match day 33 live. Remember, Arsenal is left with 6 games, with this game of football inclusive, but when this is done, Arsenal will be left with just 5 games to go. And remember, on Tuesday, they are playing against Chelsea. Chelsea still start tussling it out with Man City right now, and they have played close to some good minutes. Is it 81 minutes? They're going to hate to play, and the game is still 0-0. But Nicholas Jackson is a disgrace, I tell you guys. I've never gone to hate to see any forward in the Premier League miss the number of big chances this guy is really missing. Nicholas Jackson, he's really missing out on a lot as far as to what he's supposed to be scoring for the side of Arsenal. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And it's really a very huge game that Arsenal have to win at the Molineux, a stadium that capacitates 32,050 people today. Arsenal comes into this game of football after losing to Wolverhampton, after losing to Aston Villa in the past weekend. In the midweek, they lost to Bayern Munich, and they wouldn't obviously find themselves to a point of really getting themselves in. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. Let's obviously get straight into this starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. Now, Arsenal has David Raya, Benjamin White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kivio, Rice, Kai Havertz, Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, Trossard, and Gabriel Jesus. That is it. Now, when you look at the starting 11, it's only missing out, I think, on Kai Havertz. So it's missing out on Thomas Partey. I missed out on, I think I never gave Trossard a go, right? I never gave Trossard a go. Bernardo Silva's going to hate to give Man City a lead. And I tell you what, they deserve to obviously take a lead, because this side of Chelsea really had close to 3, 4, 5 chances, and they really went ahead to obviously mismanage them. And Man City has gone ahead to get its first clear-cut chance, and they've gone ahead to bury it in the back of the net. That is the beauty of Man City, and it looks like Cucurella is the man to blame. But I was still telling you that I really thought that Partey would start, but instead of Partey, he has gone ahead to bring on Leandro Trossard. But remember, I told you, Jakub Kivio is going to be coming up in the mix. Not so? I came out and really said that into that side. The substitutes: Aaron Ramsdale, Zinchenko, there is Jorginho, there is Thomas Partey, there is Vieira, Emily Smith-Rowe, there is Reece Nelson, and there is Martinelli, plus Eddie Nketiah. Right? That is the starting 11 and the substitutes of Arsenal into this encounter. Then we have the starting 11 for Wolverhampton Wanderers. They're having Sarr, right? Doherty, Bueno, Kilman, who is the captain, Totti. They're having another H. Bueno, Gomez, Traore, Doyle, Chirewa, Hwang. That is the starting 11 for the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the substitutes are Bentley, Altil Nouri, Lemina. I'm really surprised that Lemina is going to start on the bench. Salabia, Holman, Barnett, Ajinaka, Akodua, and Fraser. That is the starting 11 for the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that is the bench that they're going to obviously put up in there. Now, when you look at this game of football, there is no Matthias Cunha. Matthias Cunha, or Cunha, has been involved in 9 goals in the last 9 Premier League games, scoring 6 and assisting 3. His 11 goals overall this season is the 4th most by a Wolverhampton Wanderers player in a single Premier League season campaign, after Raul Jimenez, who scored 17 in 2019-2020. Then in 2018-2019, and Stephen Fletcher 12 in 2021-2022. So that is it through. But Gary O'Neill is a very good manager, and we anticipate that he is going to really take the game to the side of Arsenal, and it's really going to be one of those good games that you're really going to come out and really enjoy today. And we really let you know that it's really going to be a very highly competed game, for provided Arsenal doesn't really kill off the chances. But if they really kill off their chances, I tell you, they'll obviously come in through and really do the needful and really kill off this game. So So let's go to the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. The starting 11 has David Raya in goal. That is the starting 11 for the side of Arsenal. They're having David Raya in goal. Benjamin White is being played as a right back. Then Jakub Kivio. To me, I think it's one of the most tactical decisions that Arteta's going to have to make to really give Jakub Kivio a go into this game of football. Remember, he had gone ahead, obviously, bench him, and after benching him for like 3 games, he brought him to really play as a left back in the game of what was that game? It was the game of Bayern Munich, and then what was that game? He has gone ahead, obviously, put him out for some time, and he has gone ahead, obviously, get him back. He never played in the game of Aston Villa, never played in the game of Bayern Munich, and the manager has gone ahead, obviously, get him back into the starting 11 of Arsenal, and that is Jakub Kivio for you. Then Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, obviously very pivotal in everything that Arsenal is set to do in here, because when you look at what Arsenal is set to do in here, it is really very important to note that they need to win this game of football, and they've always gone ahead to keep clean sheets away from home, and keeping clean sheets away from home has been a norm for the side of Arsenal, and their past 5 fixtures, I've told you, into the match preview in there for you. Then Declan Rice, Kai Havertz and Odegaard, midfield 3 of Mikel Arteta. I've gone ahead to see people complaining about this, but let me tell you, when you look at the game of Aston Villa, Kai Havertz played very well. Jesus played very well. You get? But the problem was, they created chances and they never killed them off. Every time a team doesn't score goals, people will obviously come to carry the blame and put on the manager that, why do you do this? But when will the players be to blame? Like, a manager comes out with a very good orchestrated side, being the architect of that side, system comes in through, pays off results in as far as creation is concerned, and these players end up not really scoring goals. Who is to blame then? So for me, I think blame shifting should obviously come to an end. Then Saka right forward, Trossard left forward, and Jesus is leading the line in there for you. I thought that Jesus is going to start, but I never saw Trossard start, by the way. But Trossard was going to surprise me, and I thought the manager would start Jesus on the left and Kai Havertz through the middle, but he was like, I'm going with a single pivot against Wolverhampton Wanderers, Declan Rice, then Kai Havertz and Odegaard are really going to be giving out what you call the extra support to the front 3 of Arsenal. Now, what is the task ahead of Arsenal? The task of Arsenal is simple. Go kill off this game. Kill off this game, get in an early goal. After getting in that early goal, then the rest is really going to be history. And I think they'll obviously do the needful, and no one is really going to really stop them from doing the needful as a side of Arsenal. So that front 3 is really responsible for obviously getting Arsenal the goals. For example, Saka, he should rise up to the occasion. These are the kind of games that Saka rises and really puts in the shift. Jesus, he last scored, I think, when he got injured, when Arsenal was playing Nottingham Forest. And ever since then, I haven't gone ahead to see Jesus score a goal, right? So, all that people want to say is simple. They should really see this guy putting in a shift that is really well accurated or calculated in there. So, for Trossard, obviously, he's one of the most informed players for the side of Arsenal. Then we go to the formation that Wolverhampton Wanderers are going to have to bring through to obviously face the side of Arsenal. They are playing a 3-4-2-1. Josa in goal, S. Bueno, Kiliman, and Gomez. That is the back 3. M. Doherty playing as a right wing back. Then H. Bueno playing as a left wing back. Traore and Gomez, double pivot. Then Chirewa and Doyle are playing as 2 central attacking midfielders, meaning that they can drift to the left and they can drift to the left. Then Hwang is leading the line for the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers. It would have been Cunha, but Cunha has gone ahead to obviously miss out on such a very good game of football that they've gone ahead to obviously play in there for you. So for me, I'm just really excited for this encounter and see how these things are really going to pan out in here, because we all anticipate a very hugely competed game, and no one is really going to stop this game from being the game that really keeps us awake until 23 hours, because as we speak right now, this game of football is going to start at 30 minutes past 21 hours. That means it's really going to be having a lot into it to obviously get us going and give us the best that we want as a side that really loves the side of football. Kai Havertz has gone ahead to be interviewed and via Sky Sports, and this is what Kai Havertz had to say. He said, Kai Havertz forward, Arsenal forward Kai Havertz to Sky Sports, everyone is sticking together. It's especially important during tough times. We've had a lot of good moments this season, but this week wasn't a week. We've all had to stick together and we want to make it better today. We are here to win the game, and going back top of the league is very important for us to take a step forward. We are going to put everything into this match to do just that. So that's what Arsenal have gone ahead, obviously. That's what Kai Havertz has gone ahead to put out today, that they are going to really do the needful, obviously, see to it that obviously win this game of football and see to it that they take it to where it deserves to be. And I really understand the players are really going to put their bodies on the line, because they know if there is anything they're supposed to fight for, it is only this tournament. And they cannot really bring out any complacency issues that, all right, we've gone ahead to lose to Aston Villa, but we can go to Bayern and really shock Bayern there. So having gone ahead to lose that dream, obviously now all eyes onto the Premier League, and we wait to see how they really rise up and live up to the occasion as the side of Arsenal. So we are here to see how Arsenal is really going to come out and really optimize this, because it's really a huge agenda that they need to take in there for you. And Kai Havertz has to live up to the expectations, because in the game of Aston Villa, he got a brace of 1v1s against the goalkeeper of Aston Villa, and couldn't obviously kill off the game. That is the worst bit of it. And this is where you obviously come up and really ask yourself, what was really wrong with the guy who goes by the names of Kai Havertz? And here we obviously understand what exactly he's really going to be going through, but obviously we are here to give them a push and see how they really take in. Arsenal can be 4 points ahead of Arsenal can go 4 points ahead of Man City if they win their next 2 games. Something that you cannot really bet on, because they've gone ahead to be unpredictable. But as I told you last time, that the last time Arsenal lost 2 games consecutively, they went ahead to win. Arsenal went ahead to really win how many games consecutively? Arsenal went ahead to win, I think they went ahead to win, is it 9, games? And they never went ahead to lose a game. That is it. So we wait to see how that pans out for the club of Arsenal. But even the Wolverhampton Wanderers defender, I think is the captain. No, this is Doherty, who plays as a right back or the right wing back, has also had something to say about this entire counter that Arsenal is going to be facing Wolverhampton Wanderers. He has said, we've not been playing that well and results have not been coming. We've had a lot of injuries, and for the players who have come in, we've lacked rhythm. At the end of the day, it's the Premier League. It's the hardest league in the world. You are not 100% every week. You are not going to get anything out of the game. We've been training hard this week, and for those games coming and for those coming in, it's an opportunity for them to play well. So he's like, it's really huge, and I tell you what, it's a very huge encounter for the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And for Arsenal, they've been really facing something hard, and they need to obviously elevate and put in the best of the best. So for my case, I really believe that Arsenal is really going to be one of the highly competitive teams here today. And if there is anything that these players have to do, they have to take Arsenal to the dream world. And what's the dream world? Winning this game of football. That is it. Win it and write off that chapter of the Champions League. But I tell you, if at all they don't really win this off, right, they are not going to really forget this. And the boss, Mikel Arteta, has come out and really spoken to Sky Sports, and he went ahead to obviously give us some breaking story that Tomias has gone ahead to obviously get a knock. And let me try to obviously flaunt this into your eyes. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Arsenal, right? And the gaffer has gone ahead to speak out something very important to note. And Arteta has gone ahead to say the following about this tie. He has said Tomiyasu had a knock in the last game and had a bit of a swelling. He wasn't fit to play this game, but the rest are, and so we've picked a very strong side. We've made some strong changes from Bayern Munich game as we needed some freshness. It's the type of game that we expect, so the team is ready. It's clear that the motivation is and what is at stake. So, talking about changes, Kivio has gone ahead to come in for Tomiyasu. Then there is then Jesus has gone ahead to come in, and Trossard has gone ahead to come in, meaning that 3 players have not gone ahead to start from those that went ahead to start against the side of Bayern Munich. So, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, and Martinelli have been dropped by the manager. And if you ask me, has the manager gone ahead to do the right thing to drop them? It's been okay. But for Tomiyasu, I think that's why the manager played him sparingly. And I tell you what, if you are Arsenal, a fan, if there is one thing you'd obviously need, is to obviously go out and really sell off this guy called Tomiyasu. He has a knock again. He's an injury-prone player, and trust me, he won't really give you the best that you deserve every time you need him. So, all what Arsenal has to do, as I've told you, that Arsenal should go out in the market and really sign in another player. For Zinchenko to be on the bench again, it shows you exactly that the manager is really getting him out of his thoughts. He wants him out of the team, and there is no way he's really gonna get into it at all. Kivio really has a very beautiful game. If Kivio goes ahead to really register a very beautiful game today, I see no reason that this man is really gonna be given a go to play into any other game of Arsenal. And Zinchenko might be playing his last season for Arsenal, because unless otherwise Mikel Arteta has a new plan and really shifts him in the midfield. But if at all he doesn't really shift him in the midfield, nothing is really gonna come to that. So, former Arsenal forward Theo Walcott on Sky Sports has said the incentive is to win and be top of the table. They have another game before City, but at this time of the season, performances don't really matter. It's all about results. If you are talking about Arsenal becoming champions in time, these are the games City would win, no doubt. Arsenal need to get to that level. They are showing signs, but it's really important to bounce back from those good games. So he's saying that at this juncture, you don't need anything like playing well to win the game of football. All you have to is to factor out a win. Factor out a win. This is where Mikel Arteta should blindfold all trick the side of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Sometimes the team might say Arsenal is going to come up and really play us with the front foot. Don't do that. Surprise them and we do the needful. That's why I told you that I was shocked when Mikel Arteta opened up and really said, I'm going to attack the side of Bayern Munich down in the game of football they played in Bayern. I thought he was going to react, sit back, leave the ball to Bayern Munich, press them hard, and then hit them on the break. That's what I thought he was going to do. But to my surprise, went ahead obviously do the opposite, though it never really went ahead to pay off. As I speak right now, Chelsea has gone ahead to be knocked out of the FA Cup. Man City have gone to play in the final. And tomorrow, Man United is playing against Coventry City. And it's more likely to be the same final that we saw last year, Man United versus Man City. Chelsea, they'll have to obviously blame it onto Nicholas Jackson. Very many chances, close to 3-4 chances, with facing the goalkeeper, and he couldn't kill off the game. And sometimes this is where people go out and really blame the manager, and you ask yourself, is the manager the reason as to why that player is going to hate to miss out on all those clear-cut chances? I don't really find it valid. Now, let's go to the comment section. I'm having Ruhu Arteta will never learn from his mistakes. Why start Kai Havertz in midfield when Jorginho is a variable? I think these people should move on. Who tells you that Arsenal should be playing a double pivot always? With Lemina not in the team, and very many other teams, Arsenal needs to get in players to really get forward. when he was playing against Aston Villa, I think he brought more or less the same team. But the problem was, when they created those chances, they never went ahead to score those chances. Now, the big question is, will Arsenal kill off the chances they've gone ahead to score? Because in the previous 2 games, Arsenal hasn't gone ahead to score a goal. Against Aston Villa and Bayern Munich, they've not been putting those balls at the back of the line. Yet chances were there, and they couldn't obviously kill them off. So, I cannot blame the manager for that. A double pivot is written nowhere that when you flaunt it, you don't lose. They played it against Bayern Munich, they lost. Against Aston Villa, before he deployed a double pivot, Arsenal was 0-0. When he brought in Jorginho to play that double pivot with Declan Rice, Arsenal went ahead to obviously concede 2 goals. So, before he was on, Arsenal hadn't gone ahead to concede. When he came on, Arsenal went ahead to concede. Now, make that make sense. Kahendo Oliver, RD, good evening. I'm watching from Bukoman Simbi, and Bukoman Simbi, we love you so much. But this time is a sure win of Arsenal. I think Arsenal have to live up to the expectation and obviously win this beautiful game of football. Then Unemwoka Peter, excellent selection by the manager. And let me end this poll and see what Arsenal fans are really voting like. 82% Arsenal is winning. Wolverhampton Wanderers, 11% are calling in for Wolverhampton Wanderers win, 5% are calling in for draw, and that is it. We are going to return with much more after the game of football is done and dusted. I'm out. Bye-bye. See you later, my